Welcome to Elements of the People.
Hello.
I'm really excited.
I'm very
Okay,
excited.
so what is your name? Where are you from? And what do you do?
So, where should I look? Here?
Yes, right
Okay.
here.
So, hi. My name is Sydney. I'm from PG County, Maryland. And I'm a mixed media and digital artist.
Oh, okay. And what is creativity to you?
So, I believe to me, creativity is how you can bring something to life from the images in your mind. As far as if you come up with an idea, you can put it on paper or, however you create, like whatever method you use, that's what you can possibly like. That's what I think creativity is. It's just basically being able to put something down for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say everyone, it's like, because I know that with creativity, for me, it really is just like finding my crowd, people that it's
Right.
like targeted to.
Right.
So when you say everyone, is that like the GPs? Is that like just a specific community? Is it like
I think, honestly, well, I know for me as an artist, when I'm creating something, it's to show other artists. But of course, like the background
yeah,
people, they still see it and
yeah,
they still love it. And like just every genre of audience, every type of person, every person who enjoys art, they still get to see it and enjoy it as well. When I create, it's so that I can bounce off of the ideas of the other artists that I'm also in tune with and like seeing their work as well.
gotcha.
But yeah.
So I want to get this out the way now. I know that you just did your first art show.
Yeah.
So how does that feel?
It was exhilarating. It was amazing. It was fun. It was nerve wracking. But it was like the most perfect night. I was very not really overwhelmed, but it was a lot more than what I expected it to be, in the best way possible.
Good. Um, because I know that for me it was also my first art show, and I didn't really know what to expect, and so it just was a lot of energy, a lot of
It
creativity,
was.
and it was just a lot of people in general.
It was. It was a lot of people. And I honestly, I loved it because it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. I've always been a homebody, so being around so many people and having to interact with so many people in one setting, excuse me, it was it was a lot. It was a lot, but I loved it, and I didn't really feel as nervous as I thought I would, and I had a ball. Yeah, it
Cool.
was
I'm really
great.
proud of you.
Thank
You've
you.
come so far.
Thank you.
Okay. Who or what inspires you, or if it's not like a who or what, like what inspires you?
Um, I would say I have a couple people. For one, you inspire me.
Oh my
You do. You do. You inspire me. Jazz inspires me. Jaws, Coco, all of my friends, all my family, my dad especially because he's also an artist. You all just really help me to continue pushing forward. With any ideas I bring to y'all, you're always 100% behind it immediately. Like, you don't second guess it at all. And I really enjoy that. And just having that community that enjoys my art and wants to see me thrive just as much as I want to see them thrive. It's like it's just close knit and it's perfect. And as far as my dad, inspiring me, he's always pushed me to be greater than what I want for myself. Um, and him also being an artist, he understands the stipulations that come with, the starving artist trope. Like it's real as fuck. Can I curse? It's real as fuck. Okay, starving artist is. I'm very hungry.
Yes, right.
But yeah, so it's like when you want something, it's like you have to have determination, you have to have perseverance, patience, you have to be willing to fail and still get up and do it again. It's not something that you can just stop if you really want it.
Yeah.
So having people that inspire you and keep you on the ball and make sure you're always being on top of it is like the greatest feeling.
So with your dad, is that kind of how you discovered your passion for the artistry of just art?
Yeah, so he's originally an artist. He's an artist for as long as I've known him. So naturally, I've always been in the art community. I've been drawing and painting since I could hold a pencil. So it's within me. It's always been within me, and it's just something I'm so used to.
Yeah. Because I know that a lot of people, that's how they start with their inspiration for art. It's like they see one particular person doing it who they look up to for so long, and it just is so natural for them.
It just clicks.
So that's dope. That's really cool to hear.
Thank you.
So what do you do to get into your creative zone?
I do a lot. So what I do to get into my creative zone, sometimes I'll go through months of artist block, and it's like the worst feeling, okay? You be feeling like a failure. But when you get that one idea and you just build off of it, it clicks. It's just back to back to back.
Yeah.
But what really gets me into that zone is I drink tea. I sleep. I watch anime.
That's right.
I watch cartoons. All the childish things that be like, oh.
Them comes to some of the
Let me tell you something. Adventure Time. Steven Universe. Amazing World of Gumball. Hello. They were made for the adults. Those cartoons were made for the adults. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
But I just watch a lot of overly saturated films as well. I love Akira. I love Astro Boy. I'll watch Lupin the Third. I'll watch literally anything that can push the creativity out of me, give me some type of idea, inspiration, any of that. I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. So is there a particular place where you feel the most creative?
My home, my bedroom. I love my bedroom. Taurus coded. Love my space. Okay, just me.
That's real.
So yeah.
That is so real.
Yes.
What is your favorite accomplishment that you've achieved so far?
Honestly, because it's so fresh, I will say my art show is one of my favorite accomplishments.
It's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Because that's one of the goals that I had for 2024 was to get into an art show.
We checking off goals.
Checking off goals, okay?
Okay. What was the biggest opposing force that encouraged you on your creative journey?
Biggest opposing force, as far as like what kept me like
like your motivation to keep me
chugging along. I guess my fear of failure kept me moving because I know that if I stopped, I wouldn't get back on it. If there was a moment where I stopped creating for a long time because I lost the motivation. It felt like I couldn't get out of an artist block. Felt like nothing was coming through. And I just felt like, okay, well, am I really an artist? I haven't created for months and months and months. I'm going to put a pause on it. And, putting a pause on your work and doing, the basic, consistent cycle of, like a 9 to 5.
Okay, does spirituality and culture play a role in your creativity process?
Spirituality and culture?
Yeah. Yes,
it does. I'm not as spiritual as I want to be, but I do bounce off of you and Joss, so I try my best. But I really enjoy having that on my side, with the crystals and the incantations and the manifestations and speaking positively over my work and over my life and over everybody's lives that I care about. It does intertwine with how I create and how my work is produced.
So because I know that a lot of times people be like when they're going through something, I know for us as the group, we can all come together and be like, I need a reading.
Yeah.
And I need this stat.
Exactly.
So when we give you guys readings, I know that I've done a couple of readings for you. Do you take that advice and just put it towards your work?
I do. I take that advice and I put it towards my life. Not just my work, but my entire life. I take what resonates and I keep it moving.
Because I know that a lot of the projects that we've worked on before, my inspiration actually comes from you.
Really?
Yes. When you did the logo for remember Elements Under the Sun, when I wanted to do music for a really long time and I was working on it. And you kind of just got exactly what I wanted immediately. And honestly, everything that you do, I kind of get immediately because I'm like, this is so Taurus of her.
Yes.
But it makes so much sense and it works because a lot of people need to be grounded and a lot of people need that energy. And so, I really like that we are able to bounce ideas off of each other like that.
I do.
And I know that, like, 'cause me, like, I'll do a reading, I'll be like, I'm tripping. I didn't do it. And then I'll say something to the group, and it's just like, oh no, I wasn't tripping.
Exactly.
I know it.
Exactly.
So,
I love that. I love that dynamic. I love that we're even able to do that. It's like a perfect blend.
Yeah.
Everyone is a perfect blend of each other.
yeah. What part of you do you share in your creative process or like endeavors on like social media and stuff? Like, so for instance, like, because I know for your art show, you were very, very proactive in getting the word out and people coming to support you.
Right.
So like when you do like, when you're finished with something, like, like 'cause you usually, like, I see your process and you'll finish it and then you'll post on Instagram. So like, when in terms of like your finished artwork, what's the biggest one that you feel is like, I got the people with this one?
It's so funny because like I'll make a new piece and it will be like amazing. And it'll be the most recent one and everybody loves it. But they always go back to my old work. And there's this one that everyone knows, literally. It's the one with the fairies and the rainbow.
I'm gonna insert that one.
Yes. Everyone loves that one.
Because that's the one you put in the show, right? Yeah, okay. So there was this guy when you, Josh, and what's his name?
Who?
Your friend.
Malik.
When you guys had left to go do your walking around and stuff. So Coco and I, we stood there and there was this guy, he came up to us and he was like, whose artwork is this? And I'm like, this is my friend Sydney. She does these. And she was like, is she here? I was like, yes, but she's not in the vicinity right now. But he was like, does she trip? What you mean? Like, he was like, does she trip often? Because I'm like, he just kept saying this as a very trippy piece of art. And I was like, that's something you would have to ask her, but to my understanding, not that I know
It's so funny because everyone asks the same thing. They be like, were you off drugs when you made this?
So he was like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna trip. And it's like, I'm gonna just stare at this artwork. And I'm like,
God.
You do that? And I'm like, you DM her and you let her know how that went.
Yeah, let me know.
Because then there was another person who came up and he was looking at the other one. He was like, this is very like Archangel, very much like a rendition of what people actually know what angels would look like.
Right.
And I'm like, it really reminds me something of like a final boss and like Bayonetta, or like a form of like the Kishin in Soul Eater. And I'm like, this is dope.
Love that.
So I do see a lot of people really do enjoy that one a lot.
Yeah, they love that one. And it's so funny because everything that I've made, I have been 100% sober. Like, this is straight from imagination.
That's real.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. It's my favorite part of putting out pieces is when people DM me or they'll see it. They'll be like, oh, how did you do this? Like, this is so trippy. And then like they'll say what it reminds them of. And just be like, this is so fun. Like, this is my favorite part of being an artist, is being able to pull that emotion out of people like that. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's my favorite.
That's so cool.
I love that.
Like, being able to be like, I really love this one. Like, it doesn't matter how many pieces you put out. People always be like, I love this one
like
the most.
Like staple piece.
That's real.
Yeah.
That is so real.
I love it so much. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I made that one in like,
I know it's been a while.
It was 2021.
That's real.
Yeah.
3 years and 3 additional years.
Right.
People was like, no, that one.
Right. But actually, like, this one's cute. But that one,
Yeah.
yes, always.
Are you starting anything new, or have you started anything new lately?
Yes, so I have 2 new pieces that I want to drop. It won't be soon. It won't.
Well, she's working on 3 because we also are doing some work together.
3 and
So that's coming very, very, very,
yes,
very, very soon.
soon. So 3.
And I'm very excited to share that with you guys.
Very excited too.
So,
That's gonna be so amazing. Like what I have so far.
Don't.
Love it.
Y'all are going to. It's very Taurus of her.
Love
It feels very, very, very at home.
Yeah.
And that's why I came. That's why when I want something from you in particular, I know that my mind races because so many ideas pop into my head. You know that from personal experience. And so that's why I kind of come to you because it's like, no, you should do one thing at a time, but then mellow it out and mesh all of them together. So that's
Work
why.
through it.
Exactly. Okay. So we're gonna take a little pause real quick. Okay, so think back to your childhood. What did you hope to become as an adult?
It's so funny because I wanted to be a doctor. I was like, you know what? I want to help people.
Real.
But it's interesting because I've gone through a cycle of wanting to be a doctor or wanting to be a psychologist, even wanting to be an art therapist. And then I realized that I just wanted to help people and help them feel better about themselves. And when I draw and when I paint and create and put things out, I'm still helping them in a way where they're able to see these things and be like, oh, this is really like I really enjoy looking at this. It really makes me feel happy looking at this because of how much detail is in it.
Yeah.
And being an artist and being able to invoke that emotion is one of the greatest feelings of creating something and then seeing people love it so much. So I think from what I wanted to be younger to now, completely different.
Yeah.
I was little and I had a dream.
It's $5 in a dream.
Okay, $5 in a dream, baby. I had a juice box in a dream.
That's it.
Juice box.
Cheetos and
Yeah, applesauce and nap time. That's all I had.
it.
That is all I had. But now, honestly, I really don't know what I want to be like permanently. I feel like I'm just more of a freelancer and I just want to be out there.
That's real.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
Absolutely.
It's no point.
Absolutely.
It's like, damn.
It's like, please be what you want to be. It don't matter how crazy or ridiculous it sounds. Be who you want to be and do it now. Because we are literally living on borrowed time.
So unfortunate. If you can choose one theme song for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
I could choose one theme song. Ooh. I'm going to say Chief Keef, Finally Rich.
That's so real.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's so real.
Finally Rich. Because I cannot wait to play that song and be like, yes, ma'am.
Manifestation.
Manifested. That is a manifestation.
Manifestation
song.
through song.
Okay.
Lyrics.
That is my song, Finally Rich.
Finally fucking rich.
Finally. I can't wait to say that.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I would live somewhere tropical, surrounded by nature, plants, flowers, greenery.
You are Earth side through and through.
Absolutely. 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 I'm talking beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunset. I'm talking big ass moon. I'm talking paradise.
That's real. I respect that one though, because I know that when you're around those type of environments, the creativity that flows through.
And if you feel so just free, like light and airy, like I feel like I can get up and fly. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. How do you want people to remember you when you're gone?
When I become an ancestor, the way I want people to remember me as someone who never stopped creating, who always wanted to go above and beyond with her work, and someone who knew how to play with colors and saturation. That's my favorite thing. Colors and saturation. I want to be remembered as the artist who put a whole bunch of crazy ass shit into her work and was completely sober.
Yeah.
Be like, I want someone to see my work and be like, oh yeah, that's Sydney's work. Like, she did that. Yeah. That's how I want to be remembered.
So with color saturation, does that go into like how your fashion plays into the world?
It's so funny because I'm real like earth tones when I come to dress. I mean,
but it makes so much sense though.
It makes so much sense. But then when you see my art, you see all these blues and yellows and greens and reds and pinks, and it's bright and it's electric and it's booming. And then you look at how I dress and it's like, girl, you stepped out of the University of Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
Okay, your work don't look like how you dress.
Yeah.
But it's fun and it's a balance.
And that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters.
No one can take that from you.
No one can. It's very unique. I like being unique.
Have any of your friendships played a factor in your creativity? If so, how?
All my friendships. All my old friendships, all my current friendships, all my new friendships that I'm creating, they all play a part in how I create my work because it's all based off emotion.
Yeah.
I've always created off of emotion. My friends keep me happy. I always make happy work. If I'm feeling down, it shows in my work. But as far as friendships, certain relationships produce certain types of art. And I've noticed that when I'm around certain groups of people, like the friends I've had from school, for instance, like you, like I know we have our own little group.
Yeah.
So the art that comes out of that, like when I'm around y'all, it feels very, I would say secure. It's not as sporadic as if I was to create if I was by myself. My art is very close knit, still creative, still colorful, but it starts to have a theme.
Yeah.
Like you can start seeing a theme. I started doing backgrounds. Like the most recent one, it's a background. I don't really do backgrounds. Usually when I'm by myself, it's just that character and I play off of that. But when I'm around my friends and I'm enjoying my space, I'm enjoying my company, it just gives me that fuel to want to put more into my work. So yeah.
Okay. So then I do have a couple of questions that are not part of this because it's more so of like your creative thought when you design the logo for Elemnts. Like I know we had bounced off some ideas, but like how did you tie that all together? Because that honestly is one of the best things I've ever seen, and one of the best things that keeps me going. It keeps my ideas going, knowing that like on my lock, like when I keep it, when it comes up on my lock screen, it just is like, no, keep going, because it's just like she did this, she believed in you. Now it's your turn. So like, how did that come about? Like the final product.
So the final product was so crazy because I had so many rough drafts before then.
Yeah.
It was a lot, but it's like I don't know. As soon as I heard elements, it's like it just clicked. All 4 elements: air, earth, water, fire. I was like, okay, I'm earth, you're fire. We got some water, we got some air. We can do something with this.
Yeah.
And I love plants. I love nature, and I also love your passion. And it's a fiery passion. It's very out there, and like your ideas are just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And I played off of that, and I was like, okay, I want something big. I want something dramatic. So, and then the way you spell elements, it wasn't like the actual way to spell it. So I was like, I fucking love this. So I just played off of that. I just made everything dramatic. Threw some trees in there, threw some plants, made the trees come into the rainbow. And I was just like, I love this. Yeah. And like, the rainbow has all 4 elements. So I was like, and it's colorful.
It really reminded me of like when it rains.
Yes.
And it reminds me of like earth. It reminds me just to keep going. Like whenever I look at it, it reminds me, ground yourself, start over, don't give up. Right. And that's why that's why I usually come to you for art advice, because it's just like you always kind of just know.
Right.
And especially how you play with colors and how you make colors match and mesh together. I knew it had to be you and no one else because of our connection and just how you understand my mind without me actually speaking, because my ideas, I will throw you 6 or 7 ideas at once.
And I will sort through them and I'll be like, listen, Keondae, we're going to do this,
We
okay?
gonna make it work.
We're going to make it work. And we always do.
And that's,
So,
I really appreciate you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I have one last question. What is the best advice that you've been given, and what is some of the best advice you would give to someone else?
So the best advice that I've been given is so cliche, but it's literally do not give up. Like, it don't matter how hard it is. It don't matter how low you think you feel about something. It don't matter if you feel like a failure. You get up, you brush yourself off, and you keep going. It don't matter how difficult you think it is. Do not stop. Because the minute you stop, that's it. You cannot stop. And it's like we are all on our own timeline. Like, I know we're living the same 24 hours in a day. Everyone, I don't care what nobody say, everyone don't have the same 24 hours in a day. You just don't. So it's like, if you can keep going, then you already won. You already won. So I guess the advice that I was given, I would give to everyone, because it's so good. Like, it works. It helps. Do not give up, no matter what it feels like, no matter how hard you think it is, no matter if you think that your life is over, because your life is never over. You could win when you're 30. You could win when you're 15. You could win when you're 75. You always have time. You're never going to run out of time. You're always going to be on your own timeline. So never give up your passion. Don't give up your love for anything. So, yeah, I think the advice that I received, I would give it out as well, because it just works. It's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do have one more question.
Yes.
What is the last thing you would like to say before this is over? Like, do you have any other words of encouragement for other people?
Don't listen to outside advice unless you really feel like you need it. If you want to be a circus clown, you can do that. Do not let anyone tell you you cannot be what you always wanted to be. I think that's how I'll end it.
That's right. I appreciate that.
If you want to be a clown, be a clown.
Yeah. Be the best clown that you are.
Be the best clown that you are. Okay? Afro, nose, boots. Do it.
That's all that matters.
And that's all that matters.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. This was nice. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
This is gonna be great. I'm so excited.
It's going to be so good.
So far, yeah, it can get a little overwhelming.
It can. It's a lot of people here. Yeah. But so far, so good. Like, I've been having a ball.